नमस्कार वा स्वाद ह्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां येवकार आनी हो स्वाद मेळोवपा खातीर आमच्या कार्यावळीन तुमकां आमी दाखयतली वेगवेगळे टायपची जेवणां आनी जशें आमच्या जिवनान म्हणजे दीस आसता रात आसता गरमी आसता थंडी आसता त्या प्रमाणे आमी जे खाता ते सुद्दां आमी बदलता तर त्याच प्रमाणे आयज जे आमी करतली आनी तुमकां दाखयतले ते डीश तेय बी अशे थंडच खावपाचे आनी पिवपाचे रायट सो आमचे बरोबर आसा शेफ अनिश गोपीनाथन नमस्कार जे IHM चे असिस्टंट लेक्चरर आसा वेलकम सर आमची कार्यावळ जी जावन आसा वा स्वाद आनी सर आमकां तुमी आयज डीश दाखयतले तुमी आमचे कडेन उलयल्ले तातूंत म्हटलें की सूप दाखयतले आनी हो सूप स्पेशल आसा कित्याक हो सूप जो आसा हो थंड रायट सर ह्या सूपाचें नांव कितें
The name of the soup is Gazpacho.
Gazpacho.
Yes, and it is the Spanish national soup.
Okay.
And the unique thing is that it is a cold soup. Indians as such, we generally are accustomed to soups which are hot, right?
हय सारकें म्हणजे आमकां गरम गरम कितें जाय आसता.
So this one is a cold soup.
ओके हो स्पॅनिश आसा सूप आनी हो मातसो थंड सूप पूण कितें तरी नवी वरायटी आमकां आवडटा न्ही ट्राय करपाक म्हाका सांगा ह्या सुपान कितें कितें एड आसता करपाक स्पेशल
The base of this soup is mainly with tomatoes with cucumber. Both have cooling properties and it will have some capsicum, little bit of garlic, onions, salt, pepper, olive oil and little bit of vinegar.
ओके आनी सगळ्यांक इम्पॉर्टंट अशें की हो सूप आमी करता आसतना आमकां गॅसाची गरज ना रायट
गॅसाची गरज ना.
Yes.
And you can it is like 5 minutes you can make this soup and you can relish.
सो फटाफट 5 मिनटान जर आमकां कितें करपाक जाय आनी गॅस बी आमचो सोंपला जाल्यार आमी हो सूप आमी ट्राय करुया सो फटाफट आमी टायम वेस्ट करनासतना 5 मिनटां भितर हो सूप करुया ओके लेट्स गो Hello chef, shall we start करूया?
Yes. Let's first let me introduce you the ingredients for our soup gazpacho. Now, the main ingredient that we require is of course tomatoes, and we have to choose the ones which are properly red in color. We cannot have any unripe tomatoes there. So tomatoes.
तांबडीच जेन्ना आमकां टमाटा दिसता तीच टमाटा सिलेक्ट करपाची.
Okay. And here bell peppers are also required, and I have a few other peppers that we can use it for garnish.
Okay.
I have today in my recipe we have also using some amount of cherry tomatoes because they have a different flavor to give. So a different hit of sourness or tartness to the gazpacho. So I'll be using in lesser quantity when compared to the.
Okay, so ही टमाटा आमी तांबडी टमाटा आमी वापरताच त्या बरोबर ही चेरी टोमॅटो सुद्दां आमी वापरूंक जाय कित्याक तितून एक वेगळोच फ्लेवर आसता तो फ्लेवर बरो ब्लेंड जाता मे भितर.
We'll be also using cucumber, which is a cooling agent and it's best for a cold soup, and a piece of onion.
सो कानो आनी तवशे हे दोन्ही आमी वापरला भितर कित्याक तवशे अशें म्हणटा की तवशे थंड आसता म्हणून आमी ते हे थंड सूप म्हणून आमी तवशे वापरला.
We need garlic. We don't need too much of garlic, just 2 to 3 cloves would be enough for making soup for 4 people.
फक्त 2-3 लसणूचीच पाकळी आमकां पुरो जातल्यो चड नाका फक्त टेस्ट येवपा पुरतो.
We require olive oil, and for this we require extra virgin olive oil, which is the best type of olive oil there, which is cold pressed, unlike the other olive oils.
म्हणजे ही स्पेशल ऑलिव्ह ऑयल जी कोल्ड प्रेस केल्ली आसता अशे डिफरंट वेगवेगळे ऑलिव्ह ऑयल्स बाजारान मेळटा पूण आमी हे हो स्पेशली थंड सूप करता आसतना कोल्ड ऑलिव्ह ऑयल यूज करता.
So this is extra virgin olive oil that we'll be using. We require bread. Any leftover bread from previous batch you can use it. You have to just cut into small bits and combine it with while making the soup.
Okay.
A little bit of
breadaचे पीस जाय आनी हे कितें
crushed peppercorns.
Okay.
This we'll be using it for the garnish. We'll not be using while grinding the mixture though.
Okay, मिरयां.
This is fresh basil. Basil is, if you know, basil is, we have holy basil which we know very well, which is our tulsi.
सारखे तुळशीचे आम्ही जे पूजा करतात ती म्हणजे जनरली आमच्या तुळशी नसतात ते
You can
तुळशीचे
smell
पान.
this?
हय तुळशीच्या पानाचो वास आता आयलो म्हणजे मातशें क्रश केलो.
But tulsi is holy basil. This one we use is the Thai basil, or we can use the sweet Genovese basil as well.
हा म्हणजे हे तुळशीचे पान आमी हे वेगळे प्रकारचे मातशे आसा जे आमी जेवणान वापरता आनी एका थाय म्हणटा.
Sweet basil or Thai basil.
थाय ओके.
We can also use Genovese basil. There are different types of basil.
म्हणजे वेगवेगळी पानां
You can use that.
ओके.
We require salt and pepper for seasoning.
ओके सदच्या भशेन सुपान सॉल्ट आनी मिरयांचो पिठो आनी व्हायट पेपर सॉल्ट.
Yes, for soups generally we should try to use white pepper. Unlike here, I am using it for garnish. When we use white pepper, we wouldn't have those black spots when you make the soups. So that's why we require white pepper as well. That I'll
So
be using
white
for
pepper
seasoning.
हितून वापरले सुपान वापरले जाल्यार तशे डाग दिसता ते दिसना आमकां काळे.
Correct.
ओके.
And today I'm just making a small change. I'll be using little bit of paprika just to spice it up a little to serve our palates.
ओके. सो हे ऑप्शनल आमकां जाय जाल्यार आमी घेवं शकता.
Yes. And here we have ice cubes.
Okay.
That will reduce the heat when we are grinding it in a mixer.
सारकें.
And it also make the soup cold.
हां जेन्ना आमी मिक्सरार वाट्टा तेन्ना चडशे आमचो मिक्सर चालू आसतना भितर जे आसता पळय ते मसालो तो गरम जाता. सो तेजे खातीर आमी हो आयस वापरलेलो आसा हांगा आसा तो म्हणजे तो तेजो टेम्परेचर कूल करतले.
Yes. And we will also use vinegar. Now for making authentic gazpacho, we should be using sherry vinegar, which is obviously sherry is made in Spain. So sherry vinegar would be better. But since it's not available, I have went with the balsamic vinegar, which is equally nice.
ओके. सो बेसिकली सूप करता तेन्ना आमी विनेगर घालता.
Yeah.
आनी डिफरंट टायप्स ऑफ विनेगर आमकां मेळटा आनी हे आमी आतां वापरला ते विनेगर खंयचे?
This one is the balsamic vinegar.
ओके.
Balsamic vinegar is Italian.
ओके इटालियन.
Sherry is some like a.
मातशें हाय वर्जन शेरी.
Sherry is like a fortified wine, grape wine from Spain.
ओके.
So vinegar made from those grapes, that is supposed to be. So it is more Spanish.
हां सो द्राक्षापासून केल्ले हे विनेगर आमी हांगा वापरलेले.
Since we don't have that, we are using balsamic, which is again very good vinegar. So we need also bread. Now this is totally for garnish, to serve it onto the plate. I've just kept toasted garlic bread ready.
ओके. टोस्ट केल्ले रेडी ब्रेड म्हणजे डायरेक्ट आमकां खातना यूज करपाक मेळटले सूप पितना.
Yes.
येस. ओके.
So we also require a mixer and jar to blend all the ingredients.
येस. विल स्टार्ट?
Yes.
ओके.
All right. So gazpacho is a cold soup again, and here we don't require any cooking process. All we require to do is cut the vegetable into smaller pieces, put it in the mixer jar, and blend it to a smooth paste. And then of course garnish it and serve it.
सो वाव कितलो इजी न्हू. सो आमकां गॅसाची गरज ना हे करता आसतना डायरेक्ट हे सगळे वेजिटेबल बारीक कट करपाचे मिक्सरान घालपाचे आनी मागीर जालें रेडी.
Right, so we start off with tomatoes.
सो फर्स्ट हे तांबडेच टोमॅटो आमी कट करूया. हांवें मुद्दाम तांबडेच म्हटल्यार कित्याक आमकां हो सूप करतना रेड टोमॅटो जाय रायट?
Yes, we have to use red tomatoes to get that color.
सो टोटल 3 टोमॅटो आमी मिक्सरान घातल्या कट करून.
Yeah, round about 6 tomatoes we need.
ओके.
So it will make good enough to 3 to 4 portions. Now tomatoes have gone in. Next we go on to the next ingredient, which is capsicum.
ओके. आतां डब्बू मिरसांग आनी हें पळोवपाक जाय की बियो काडपाक जाय न्हू तेज्यो बियो वचपाक जायना आनी वेवस्थीत कट करूंक जाय.
We don't have to look about how we cut it. We just randomly cut it since
Okay.
it's going into the mixer.
फ्रेश व्हेजिटेबल्स जेन्ना आमी कट करता तेन्ना बरो फ्रेश प्रत्येक व्हेजिटेबलाचो बरो वास येता जो डब्बू मिरचीचो तो फ्लेवर म्हज्या नाकान वता.
Next, we will put in the cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
These are small enough, so we don't need to cut into smaller pieces though.
चेरी टोमॅटो डायरेक्ट घालपाचे.
Next, we have onions here.
ओके.
We don't need to put too much of onions. Just half of an onion is enough.
ओके अर्दो कांदो पुरो जातलो.
Yeah. Cucumber, which I have not used the seeds, can randomly make into small pieces. I've only cut the sides of the cucumber so that the seeds are removed.
तवशाचो फक्त सायडीचो भाग आमकां घेवपाक जाय. तवशाच्या भितरल्या बियांची गरज ना. सो कापताना तवशांचे सायडीचो भाग आमी तवशे तासून सायडीचो भाग घेतला.
So your cucumber has gone in. Next, we can put in 3 to 4 cloves of garlic.
2 ते 4 पाकळ्यो
If you
लसणीच्यो.
put too much of garlic, then it will slightly become pungent to taste. Next,
चड हें घालपाची गरज ना कित्याक घालूंकय जायना आमी चड.
next we have fresh basil,
ओके.
around 10 to 12 leaves. We need to put in the bread.
ओके ती पानां घातली आमी तुळशीची
Or
आनी
we can do the bread in the next round once it gets grind nicely. And some ice cubes.
सो थोडीशी लसूण घातल्या उपरांत आमी पानां घातली आनी आतां आमी आयस क्यूब घालता. म्हणजे मिक्सर आमचो गरम जावचो ना. गरम जाल्लो जाल्यार मिक्सर थंड घातला आयस क्यूब घातल्या कारणान ते टेम्परेचर नॉर्मल उरतलो.
So we still have to add your seasonings, your bread, and as well as your vinegar and olive oil.
Okay.
So let's grind it to a smooth paste, and then we'll combine the rest of the
सो
ingredients.
आतां आमी मिक्सर लावया आनी बरें स्मूथ पेस्ट करूया.
Now we will add in the bread.
ओके मातशें जाल्या उपरांत मागीर ब्रेड घालप.
Yeah. The bread will give little consistency, little body to the soup.
हां मातशें दाट जावन येता ब्रेड घातल्यार.
I'm just adding little bit of chili flakes to give the little spiciness. Salt.
सो चिली फ्लेक्स सॉल्ट आनी
And white pepper
Okay.
for the main seasoning. Olive oil. The Spanish and the Italian, they love olive oil, and both fight amongst each other saying that their olive oil is the best.
ओके.
So
सो स्पॅनिश आनी इटालियन दोन्ही झगडटात तर.
Yeah, that's
ऑलिव्ह
what I saw
ऑयला
while
खातीर
working.
सुद्दां झगडटा म्हणजे.
They say their olive oil is the best, and they love olive oil so much that they will put it in each and every dish, in the dessert, in the soup, in the main course, and so on.
सो तेंच्या सगळ्याच डिशांनी आमकां तांकां ती ऑलिव्ह ऑयल इतली आवडटा की ते सगळ्याच डिशांनी चड करून ऑलिव्ह ऑयल यूज करता. ओके.
And last but not the least, we will add the balsamic vinegar. And
कितले चमचे? 2 चमचे.
it's very sour. If you want, I can give you to taste.
एक ड्रॉप सारके
So it is very strong vinegar.
खूब स्ट्रॉंग आसा. एकदम जिबेचो टेस्टूच चेंज जालो. आमटाण कशी. तर आमचे रेडी आसा. मिक्सरान आमी आतां बरें ग्राइंड करून घेतला. आमी आतां ते आयदनान काडुया. ओके फुल आतां आमचो मिक्सचर रेडी आसा.
So we have ground the soup. Now we can start with the garnish that we are going to add. So I'm taking one red and one yellow jalapeno chilies.
सो आमी डिफरंट वेगवेगळ्या रंगाचे हांगा मिरसांगी हांगा घेतल्या कित्याक तेका गार्निशिंग करपाक आनी तसो कलर दिसतलो ते बरें दिसतले पळोवपाक रायट
Right.
आनी
Now, these are not very spicy chilies.
चड स्पायस नसता ह्या मिरसांगा.
Right. I'm just cutting the edges so that I don't get the seeds.
आनी चड बियोय नासता भितर न्हू कमी आसता
Yeah.
पूण बी काडून कशी उडोवप. सो हांगा कांदो सुद्दां यूज केला.
Yes. So this I'll be using it for the garnish on top of the soup. Now we have made our soup ready and we have made the garnish also ready. Now let's go start to plate. Before which let's just see if it is properly seasoned. I don't think it requires any salt or pepper. All we need to do is start plating it to the dish.
This is also required.
Yeah.
थोडो मिरयांचो पिठोय घालता तेजेवर. ओके हे कलरफुल दिसपा खातीर आमी करता डेकोरेशन.
It's like crushed fresh black pepper that you should use. And next is olive oil. We just give a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil.
सो उदळ सांगलेल्या भशेन ऑलिव्ह ऑयल ते घालताच आनी तांकां आवडटा हे सुपान घालपाक. सो ऑलिव्ह ऑयल तेजे वयल्यान आमी गार्निशिंगाक घालता.
And we place 2 slices of bread.
वाव सुपर. बरो एक लूक आयला न्ही म्हणजे जेन्ना पळोवपाकूय बरें दिसता तेन्ना वाव.
It's a very quick and simple
खरेंच
dish that we
रोखडेच
can
तयार.
make.
हय. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट.
Yes,
आमी खावपाक.
let's taste
ओके.
it.
वाव. कोल्ड सूप.
Yes.
सो कोल्ड सूप तुम्ही ट्राय करा घरा. खाओ बी और पिओ बी. थंड दिसले आणि ते कानो डब्बू ते सगळे फ्लेवर आणि
Should try it with the bread
स्पेशली
also.
ती ब्रेड घेऊन सुद्धा ट्राय करा. सूप बरो सुपी सुपी जाला. यम्मी खरेंच बरो आसा सूप आणि समथींग डिफरंट. हांव गरम सूप पिवपाची म्हाका संवय आशिल्ली पूण आतां होय सूप करून पळयता आनी तुमी बी हो इजी सूप आसा. कांयच शिजोवपाची गरज ना. डायरेक्ट वेजिटेबल्स कट करप मिक्सरार आणि 5 मिनटां भितर रेडी क्विक.
And
वाव
there's too much heat nowadays. Yes, the summers have become too harsh.
सारकें.
This is an excellent soup that we can
गरमेच्या
make at
दिसांनी
home.
हो कोल्ड सूप आमकां आमी मुद्दाम करून पळोवया घरा. वाव. थँक्यू शेफ.
Thank you very much.
थँक्यू.
It's a pleasure.
येस. सो शेफ अनीश थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. आणि हो सूप म्हाजे खातीर तर एकदम डिफरंट आनी यादगार असो आसतलो. खरेंच कितें तरी डिफरंट हॉट सूप हांवें खाला पूण हो कोल्ड सूप वाव यम्मी. थँक्यू. देव
Thank you.
बरें
It's a
करूं.
pleasure.
येस.